Defensible products. What is that? Say you've spent years crafting your product painstakingly. You're finally seeing great traction. Out of nowhere, competition starts to pop up. These competitions look really familiar. They've taken a page from your success. Their products look and feel like yours. And they undercut you really aggressively to start acquiring your market share. Now you're here listening to this right now. So you probably realize that product features and most of the really visual aspects of brand can all be very easily copied. The most common thing to do to build defensibility for your product is through patents and trademarks. But patents and trademarks are expensive and they're usually not bulletproof either. Another common method is building brand equity. However, building a great brand is a huge piece of work that often takes years before you see the payback. Depending on the stage of your startup, you could end up sinking too much time and funds into a brand way too early. So what else can you do to defend the product that you've painstakingly built? Well, let's take a look at a real product example. Sketch used to be the product designer's favorite tool. Like every single product designer you talk to, they would be using Sketch. But being a desktop tool, designers like my friend Hayden Bleasel, the founder of Jelly Pepper, had to sync their files to Dropbox in order to collaborate with his team. This workflow often created conflicting copies of the same design that made sharing with clients problematic and collaboration really confusing. To solve these issues, the Jelly Pepper team added 2 more solutions to their design stack, and that included InVision for client feedback and Abstract to get a Git-like history of collaboration. This meant paying for and jumping between 3 separate design tools to complete one piece of work, until they started using Figma. So while at the time Figma was still a little bit behind Sketch in terms of tooling sophistication, they were missing a few of the design capabilities. They made sure that they catered for all of the common requirements. What Figma did was it actually helped his team reduce workflow time and cost, while it actually improved client communication. So the Figma product solves a really important problem space for designers, which is great. But as I mentioned before, simply providing a great solution is not defensible. It won't guarantee victory. What Figma did in order to be defensible is absolutely genius. They delivered a core product value that creates a network effect. The Jelly Pepper team can collaborate in real time via Figma and invite non-designers and external clients for review. Each of these new users invited makes the product a little bit more valuable and sticky for Jelly Pepper, improving the product's retention and conversion over time. Now, retention, as you would know, is the single most important metric for any SaaS or platform product, and it's also the hardest needle to move. Another super cool thing about network effect is that you get virality with it for free. Each designer from the team gets introduced to Figma via a share link. If they move into a different organization, there's a good chance they'll introduce the product to the new org. Same story with all of Jelly Pepper's clients. So this one strategy helped Figma build value that's extremely difficult to imitate and also acts as an effective acquisition channel. The Figma team also made a few more key decisions that really put fuel to the defensibility fire. The only export formats available in Figma are SVG, PDF, and .fig. Now, SVG and PDF are basically useless if you're looking to import the design files into a different tool. Given the team has been creating reusable components and design systems that are shared between the designers on a daily basis, every additional design created in Figma makes it less likely the team will switch to a different tool that doesn't support the format. This strategy here is called locking. They've intentionally increased the actual switching cost over time by building incompatibilities for users to switch away. It's a bit of a dark pattern, but I must say, it's really clever. To make matters worse for Sketch, Figma actually supports .sketch file imports with extreme accuracy, making the switch from Sketch seamless and switching back to Sketch basically impossible because Sketch doesn't support .fig. In the last year or so, Figma significantly improved the sophistication of their design capabilities, so these guys are obviously also listening to their users, making it less and less common for product designers who are using Figma to have to switch to other products to complete that work. This improved product quality, in turn, builds user confidence and brand. This is real product-led growth at play, guys. Most recently, the Figma team released a Dribble-like community interface. What they're working towards is opening up the walled gardens of internal workplace network effect and creating more of a global network effect. As a result, you can see they've outgrown their direct and indirect competitors with almost no paid ads whatsoever. In summary, to build defensibility in your product, you can learn from Figma by creating network effects, which will improve basically all your metrics over time, as well as building virality. Create switching costs and lockings where it makes sense. Make sure you continue to build value and close in on the market leaders in feature parity. Also, don't forget to stay close to your users and continue to solve their problems so you build confidence and brand equity via great and consistent product quality.